By the way, I just want to say something. Shower scam. I love your content so much, and you'll always be my favorite YouTuber. Keep up the amazing work.
Good morning, everyone. Phil here, and welcome
to the Level 1 Podcast. Welcome to my final consecutive streaming day of the week.
And
the final day of the month. I hope I find you all well this morning.
I will start off.
You're an arrogant prick.
With a statement.
He's what you might call a fucking asshole.
Basically, you know, I've been stressed out lately. You know I have been. For many different reasons, some of which are public, some are not.
Alright.
There's been stuff going on in my life, both here on the streams that you're well aware of, because I've made you well aware of it, as well as stuff going on in my private life.
Public outpouring for
DSP
is a stark contrast to how closely he guarded his private life. Tonight, ABC's Byron Pitts on how much
DSP
kept to himself and the vault full of
playthroughs
he never released.
And
it stressed me out recently, you know, everything combined at once. It's like we've been talking about recently. When it rains, it pours. It's not just, here's a few things that happen over time, so they're easy to handle.
No, instead it just has to be
everything, all at once, right thrown in your face, and somehow you're supposed to juggle all of it and deal with all of it all at the same time, right?
And honestly,
you are the worst actor I've ever directed, and I directed both Wahlbergs!
You know, one of the reasons why this month I decided against going forward with the documentary about myself, that's one of the major reasons, is already I've got so much going on.
So much on my plate.
That I didn't see how realistically I was going to be able to handle all of that stuff.
Plus, take on
all of the added burden of trying to properly do this documentary, which, let's be honest, had to have been done properly, because if it wasn't, that was not just going to only, you know, affect me, but you, the viewers, as well.
Wow, thanks, man. That's really magnanimous of you. Really, what of me? Magnanimous, it's an adjective. It means very kind and generous, especially with someone less fortunate.
I realize that we are a community. Alright? And
basically, we're in a situation where anything that happens on these streams can affect anyone in this community.
Right?
That's not my problem. It's yours.
So
I get that, you know, and I'm learning, and I'm a human.
Alright, so let's get one thing straight. You are not a human being
who gets really stressed out sometimes, and so I just want to start off today apologizing for any stress that I may have relayed onto you in the last week. That's on me, for being nervous, for being, like I said, at my wit's end for various different reasons. And again, it's not all stuff that we've talked about on stream. There's other stuff going on as well.
In life, for me anyway,
the thing that ultimately makes me feel the worst is when something is going wrong and I have absolutely nothing I can do about it.
Right?
There's one thing if stuff's, you know, happening around you, like, alright, let's take action.
Right?
Are you ready for some action? Some action? Some action? Some action? Some action 52?
Let's fix this, let's fix this, let's do this, let's do this, let's adjust on the fly and fix things and make them better.
But sometimes in life, and especially as you get older, you will realize this more and more.
Fuck, you're old.
As is my experience.
There are things that are inevitable. There are things that
are
destined to happen that you can't stop.
Right?
You can't stop me. You can't stop me. You can't stop me.
And when they happen, it sucks. And it's one thing if it's one thing happening, but when you have a series of events that continue over the course of shit, for me it's been like now about a year and a half. And the stress levels just keep becoming exponentially more and more and more and more.
It wears you down.
You know, and for a while there, I feel like
I was actually doing real good.
Bitch, what the fuck was that?
Let's see that in an instant replay.
I feel like I was act. 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 I feel like I was act.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Like, I feel like over the second half of 2023 and into this new year, like, there was
Good.
positivity and momentum.
Admittedly, early on last year, there was a lot of stress because of bad decisions that I made.
He's stressing me, Julie. He's stressing me.
But I feel like I adjusted that. And then with the release of something like Street Fighter 6, which reinvigorated my efforts to want to play games competitively, and getting a new crowd of viewership back, and continuing on with all these different projects and things I've been doing along the year and adjusting, I felt like everything was going
smoothly for as much as could be done. You know what I'm saying?
And then, you know, then things all happen at once, and everything explodes, and everything hits the fan, and it's like, now what do you do to fix it?
Oh, you just can't. There's nothing you can do.
Oh, that's great, you know?
Because, you know, it's only my life.
What the fuck you laughing at, bitch? I'll punch you right in the fucking face.
You know, it's not like this is a video game. It's like,
oh shit.
You know, I'm playing and things are really going bad this run. That's okay, I'll just respawn with my next life.
Request denied. Exterminate.
Oops.
Oh, this is real life. There's no respawning of a next life.
Right?
You just have to deal with what's going on and somehow make do.
Deal with it, bitch. Fuck yeah.
And that's kind of what's been going on with me recently.
Because some people have even said, they've come by streams and said, you seem like you're stressed again. It seems like you're at wit's end and you're angry and you're snapping and stuff like that.
And the truth is that
I'm in a unique situation
where I'm put under a microscope constantly.
And unfortunately, I'm not allowed to say and do things that other people can do.
Right? Like,
any other person can make an observation about something and be like, hey, that's kind of like me. I see myself in that. That's pretty crazy. It's like fourth wall breaking. I'm playing a game and I see a connection to my real life.
Oh, hello. I know, right? Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my very own movie?
And most people can say that and that's fine. But if I say that, you have 20,000 jackasses who then spin it into something like,
oh, he's egotistical, he's this, he's that. What are you talking about?
It's a simple factual observation that any human should be able to make, but I'm not allowed to make it because I'm the devil, right? I'm the villain.
In life, there is one type of guy that you really don't want to be, and this is something called a man-child. But how do you know if this is the type of guy that you are?
So I can't just do normal stuff. I'm not allowed.
Right?
You know, just like
everyone else
who says dumb stuff like, oh, the reason why you're so stressed out is because you put all of the effort of your business on the fact that it's a crowdfunded business.
Right?
Go get a job at fucking McDonald's, because that's where you fucking belong!
And if you diversified out and you did more than just crowdfunding and you found sponsorships and things like that, you know, you'd be fine.
Which is completely false.
You know?
I can't get sponsorships because of these people who ruin everything for me.
There's a reason why I'm not in the Twitch Partner Program, and it's not me.
Okay.
And when you choose to be one of these victims who thinks there's an Olympics out there for the saddest motherfucking story, that means you have no room to move forward. You have no room for dreams. You have no room for aspirations.
There's a reason why Teespring dropped me from their merch store after having me in there for over 5 years and setting me up themselves, knowing well who I was.
Okay.
I don't have or get the opportunities everybody else does because I'm in a unique situation.
But do not get the idea you're anything special, because you're not.
I think Mike Klum actually said it best.
Right. He literally said to me, in my early research about you, to figure out who you were and everything.
As I started to look deeper into things, I realized that you have likely one of the biggest troll communities on the internet. Bigger than other people who he's dealt with. Much bigger.
Because you're a piece of shit.
Anyway. So.
I apologize for any stress that I caused this week. Please know that it wasn't intentional. It was because of all the other things going on in my life at this point.
And it sucks that...
You know, things are just happening all at once. It's a perfect storm of crap, and I gotta deal with it, and I gotta get through it. And the
thing is, you know, I know I'll get through it.
You motherfucker, you fucking piece of shit. Your days are numbered. Your hours are just fucking winding down.
You know, I have been through this kind of stuff before. I've gotten through it before.
It's not the end of the world. At the same time,
it's just incredibly stressful that this is the millionth time that stuff happens that's not in my control, and again, I'm powerless to do anything about it. And that's what drives me nuts the most.
You know.
Eat it! Give me your mailing address. I want to mail you a spoon so you can eat shit out of my fucking ass.